Hi, how's it going?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Shadra Zanfar and I am the student of Raj Related with Campus and I am the foundation level student.
It's great to meet you. And art school sounds like a wonderful place to be. What's your favorite thing you're studying right now?
I have some questions and my topic is I am fine. Can you answer me these questions?
I'm all ears. Go ahead and hit me with them. I'm ready when
Okay,
you are.
so let's start.
I'm ready. What's first on the list?
Okay, my first question is what does the word hello sorry, what does the word I am fine in mean?
On the surface, it's a way of saying you're doing okay or that everything is all right, but in real life, it's a bit of a chameleon. Sometimes people use it when they're actually doing great, and other times they use it as a polite shield when they're not feeling so great but aren't ready to talk about it. Does it feel
Okay,
like a truthful phrase to you?
okay. Move on.
I'll
Next
take that
question.
as a yes. I'm with you. What's next?
Okay. Wait. My next question is why does people usually say I am fine so often?
I think it's because the perfect social shortcut. It's a way to keep things moving without having to dive into the messy details of how you're actually feeling. Plus, in a lot of cultures, it's just the expected answer. It's polite, it's quick, and it avoids making the other person worry. Do you find yourself using it
Okay.
as a shield sometimes?
Okay. My
I'm getting
next
the feeling.
question is how can we say I am fine in other languages?
Oh, I love this part. Since you're studying so many languages, you might already know a few, but in Spanish, you'd say estoy bien. In French, it's je vais bien. And in Japanese, it's genki desu. Which language are you most curious about right now?
How can we say in French?
In French, you'd say je vais bien. It's a very classic
Je
way
vais
to say
bien.
it. Want to try saying? I'm not
It is
quite sure
je
I
vais
follow.
bien.
What do you mean by get it here?
Okay.
Close.
How
It's
can we
actually
say in
pronounced vais bien.
Urdu?
In Urdu, you'd say main de kun. It's a very common, natural way to let someone know you're doing okay. I'm a little lost. What do you mean by take one?
Okay. Move on. Next question. How can we say a fine and Arabic?
Wait, I'm a little confused. Are you asking how to say I am fine in Arabic, or are
Yeah,
we talking about actual fans and rabbits now?
Arabic. How can we say a in Arabic?
In Arabic, I am fine is ana bikhair. Since you mentioned rabbits too, are we switching gears to animal names now?
Uh, in the world, how many languages? How many languages in the world?
That's a huge number. Most experts say there are around 7,000 languages
How
spoken
can we
across
say
the globe. It's
in Chinese?
in Mandarin Chinese, you'd say "wo din hao." It's a very straightforward way to say you're doing well. Are you finding the tones in Chinese a bit tricky to get down?
Okay. So
I've got a feeling
my
we're on a roll.
next question is move on. Next question.
I'm ready.
Are
What's
you
the next
ready
one
to
on your
answer my
list?
next question?
I'm absolutely ready. Lay it on me.
Okay. Move on. Next question. My next question is when do people use this? I am fine.
Usually it's the go-to answer during those quick powerty moments, like when you're passing someone in the hallway or just starting a conversation. It's a way to acknowledge the other person without necessarily starting a deep heart to heart. Do you use it more with strangers or people you actually know?
Okay. Okay,
I'm
move on
sensing
next
a pattern
question.
here. You're
Okay.
breezing.
Okay, move on next question. My next question is fine is always true?
Honestly, not always. A lot of the time, it's just a social habit. People say it even when they're having a rough day because it's easier than explaining everything that's going wrong. It's more of a social truth than a real one. Do you think it's better to be honest or just be polite in those moments?
Okay. Okay, move on next question. My next question is why do people hide their real feelings?
Um, I think it's mostly about protection. Opening up can feel risky. Sometimes people are afraid of being judged or they don't want to burden others with their problems. It's often easier to keep things tucked away than to deal with the vulnerability of being seen. Do you feel
Okay.
like people in your life are generally open or do they keep things close to the chest?
Okay, my next question is it okay to say you are not fine?
Absolutely. It's more than okay. It's actually brave to be honest when you're not doing great. It gives the other person a chance to actually be there for you instead of just playing along with the social script. Do you find it hard to tell people when you're not doing well?
Okay, move on next question. My
I'm
next
with you.
question is how can we tell if someone is not really fine?
Look for the things they aren't. It's in the little gaps. A sigh that lasts a second too long, eyes that don't quite match the smile, or maybe they're just a bit quieter than usual. Often it's a gut feeling you get that the I'm fine doesn't quite fit the energy they're giving off. Have you ever had a
How can
moment
we
where you
tell
just,
if someone is not if someone is really fine or not fine?
it usually comes to the energy they're compared to they're using. Someone is really fine, their voice is usually relaxed and their eyes are engaged, but when it's a fake fine, you'll notice things like a forced smile, avoiding eye contact, or a tone that sounds a bit flat or tired. It's all about those tiny clues that don't line up. Mm. Mm. Do you usually trust your gut when you feel like something is off with someone?
Okay, move on
You're a
next
woman of few
question.
words.
Okay, move on next question. And my next question is what is the emotional well beginning?
That's a big, beautiful question. Um, Basically, emotional well being is when you're in a place where you can handle the ups and downs of life without feeling completely swept away by them. It's not about being happy every single second because that's impossible, but more about having the resilience to feel sad, stressed, or angry and still be able to find your way back to a place of balance. It's like having an internal anchor that keeps you steady even when the weather gets messy. Does that make sense or does it feel a bit too abstract?
Okay.
I'll take that as it makes sense. Ready for the next one?
Move on
What
next
else is on your
question.
mind?
And can I am fine be a good habit or a bad habit?
That depends on what you're looking for. Good habits are the things that make your life feel smoother, like getting enough sleep, being kind to yourself, or staying curious. Bad habits are usually the things we do to
Okay.
cope in the moment that end up making things harder later, like procrastinating or being too hard on yourself when you make a mistake? Are you trying to build a new habit or break one that's bothering you?
Okay. Okay, move on. Next question. My next question is, uh, can I am fine is same as okay?
In most cases, yeah. They're basically cousins. They both do the job of letting someone know you're doing all right. The only real difference is that I'm fine can sometimes feel a little more like a shield, while I'm okay can feel a bit more casual. Do they feel the same to you when you use them?
Okay. Move on. Next question.
I'm with you. What's the next question on your list?
My next question is why do mental health important?
Because it's essentially the engine that runs everything else in your life. When your mental health is in a good place, you can handle stress better, your relationships feel more genuine, and you actually have the energy to enjoy the things you love. If that engine is struggling, even the simplest tasks can feel like climbing a mountain. It's just as vital as your physical health because you can't really have one without the other. Do you feel like people talk about it enough where you are?
Okay, my next question is can the family support is improve the emotional health?
Huge yes. Family can be the ultimate safety net. When you have people who actually listen and make you feel safe being yourself, it takes a massive weight off your shoulders. A lot easier to heal or grow when you don't feel like you have to fight those battles alone.
Oh,
Do you feel like you have that kind of support in your own family?
okay, move on next question.
I'm
My
following you.
next question is why do friends matter during difficult times?
Because they're often the ones who see the parts of us that we hide from everyone else. While family is that deep root, friends are more like the branches that help you reach out and find new ways to cope. And they bring a different kind of perspective. And sometimes
Okay.
it's just easier to say the messy stuff to a friend than to a parent. Do you have a go to friend you turn to when things get heavy?
Okay, move on next question. And okay, move on next question. My next question is the why do someone people fear during jog?
I'm a little confused by that one. I'm not quite sure what you mean by children and junk. Could you explain that a bit more or maybe
It is
rephrase
not
it?
a junk. It is a joke. Joke.
Oh, got it. A joke. That makes a
Why
lot more
do
sense.
someone people fear during jog?
I think it usually comes down to how the joke is handled. The Some people are really sensitive to being the punchline, so they worry a joke is actually a hidden way of criticizing them. Others might just be afraid of missing the joke and feeling out of the loop, which can be an awkward feeling. Do you think most people take jokes too seriously?
Okay.
You're on a roll today.
Okay, Maya. Thank you so much uh, for your this time. And the last my last question is what did you learn the from this conservation?
You are so welcome.
What
I
did you
learned
learn
that you're
from this
incredible.
conservation?
I learned that you have a really thoughtful way of looking at the world. You're not just asking about words, but about the feelings and the human connections behind them, like how I'm fine can be a
Okay, thank you
shield,
so
or
much for
how
your the special time. Meet in another video, another time. Allah Hafiz, Pakistan Zindabad, Khuda Hafiz.
it was truly a pleasure talking with you. I'll be looking forward to the next time we